Hey guys, so I'm back once again. Today's video is actually going to be kind of a special one because it's going to be helping you basically farm when you're not on your computer or you're not on your phone. So I've kind of done one of these videos before talking about how to farm AFK or overnight, and I kind of wanted to do a revamp of that video, give you guys some updated information, as well as compare both the BlueStacks emulator versus the Raid Shadow Legends Plarium PC desktop application, give you the pros and cons of each of it. So without too much ado, let's get into it. So the very first thing we're going to do is test out the campaign. I'm running 12-3 Brutal. I'm doing 20 multi-battles with the BlueStacks, and I'm going to do 20 multi-battles with the Plarium PC, and we will compare and see the average times of each of them. Okay, what we found out from the campaign test is the BlueStacks emulator averages 8 seconds, while the Plarium PC app averaged 7 seconds for me. This means that the Plarium PC app is effectively 1 second quicker when running on the same graphics settings. So if the Plarium PC app is actually a second quicker on the campaign, it means it's going to be probably quicker every time you're doing something, be it Minotaur, potions, dragon, whatever. It's going to be slightly quicker every run just because it seems like that launcher is slightly quicker with the animations. It's a little bit smoother. So if you're doing a lot of long-term farming and you're sitting at your computer manually doing it, well, then the Plarium PC app is the way to go. That being said, the BlueStacks emulator has something that's really cool that the Plarium PC app does not have built inside of it, which is the reason I tend to use the BlueStacks emulator. So let me teach you about that and why people still are using BlueStacks. Now, let me show you why, in my opinion, BlueStacks is the best way to play Raid Shadow Legends on the computer. And the reason is, if you look over here on the right-hand side, there's this right here. It looks like a clipboard with a little play button. You click on it, it's going to open up this. This is your BlueStacks macro recorder. You click record the new macro, and then here you go. It's recording your mouse. So let's just click replay, right? This is right where the replay button is. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds, click again, wait a few seconds, click again, right? Just to make sure we got some clicks right where that is. I'm going to stop the macro. Now we have a macro that's there. We can go to the settings here, and you can do any settings you want. We're just going to call this click replay as the script, okay? And then all you got to do is for a fixed number of time, for a duration of, we could say run this for an hour, or we can just say infinite, okay? That's it. Loop intervals, let's say every 5 seconds, it doesn't really matter. And there you go. Save, okay? Now that's saved, the settings are saved. I'm gonna go ahead and just click play. Now look, it's running, okay? So now watch, once we defeat the Minotaur, what's gonna happen is it's gonna run that macro. And that macro is a click just kind of where the replay button is once every 3 seconds or so for about 12 seconds. It just clicks there for a few times, right? So what's gonna happen now is that macro is running. It's keep clicking there. Even if, look, my mouse is over here, I'm doing my own thing. I could shrink this down. I could go play another game. I could watch TV. I could use the restroom, whatever, right? The macro is still running. I mean, you could even I could run my free-to-play account, farm my masters on my free-to-play with this completely minimized, and then get on my main account on the Plarium PC app if I wanted and grind out my main at the same time. It's pretty much that easy. And the great thing about it is, since it's built into BlueStacks, you literally need nothing but the BlueStacks emulator. It's built in. Look, it hit the replay button. Now, I mean, I can minimize this. It's going to be the same thing. If I minimize this, look, okay? So here's Adobe running, and if I come back up, it's still running it's still running the macro. It doesn't stop. Whenever you're done with the macro and you're like, okay, I got everything I need, or you wake up, if you went to bed and you ran it, you just click stop the macro. And not only that, but you can record complicated macros. Like if I wanted to, I could record a macro just for like playing arena. Like it would go down, play all the arena, and then refresh it, and then go down, play. You could make a macro for really anything you want. Now, as far as the legality of this goes, because people are probably thinking, well, maybe this is a terms of service violation. What Plarium said, I saw them respond to somebody in a tweet, as well as they've said it on their forums, and this has been repeated by every major content creator and basically anybody who's in the space, is that Plarium does not care about auto-clickers. They don't care at all, because you still have to buy the energy and everything. So it's not like you're getting anything for free. You're just using up your resources without you having to do it. If anything, you're using your resources quicker. It's just an ease of use thing. So they don't care. You're not going to get banned for an auto clicker. You're not going to get banned for a macro or any of this stuff. Now, I was using just a basic auto clicker last time I did this video, just showing you guys get an auto clicker, but you had to leave your mouse and you had to have a full screen and then, you know, but this is so much easier. I forgot about just the macro built right in the BlueStacks. So I had to kind of update my guide for you and show you how ridiculously easy it is just to have it continue farming. Look, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. You guys saw it, right? It was at the replay thing. Give it a few seconds because the macro is running. But when we open up, we're going again. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's what happened. We need the energy. Okay, I ran out of energy. But you can see when you run out of energy, see it's still clicking. See how up here it says click repeating? It's just going to keep trying. So when you run out of energy, this is what's going to happen. So if you're trying to farm for a while, you have to go in here and you got to buy some energy, okay? So like now I got some energy. So if I left for a bit, it's just going to run this energy into the ground. Also, the cool thing is if you have no energy, energy still refills. So you can have it just sit there clicking the button trying to play, and then when you have enough energy for free, it will play. So even if you're free to play, it's a really kind of actually a buff is free to play with the BlueStacks emulator because you get to use your energy as it comes up. So it's 100% efficient all of the time. And for that reason, I mean, I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know why I wasn't using the built-in macro portion before, but now I am. So it's going to help a lot with the grinding aspect. So check it out. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. If you want to download this, all you have to do is in the description, I'll put it right at the top of the description. I'll leave a comment pinned. You can download BlueStacks through my affiliate link. It will help me out as well as the channel. And you guys will get this BlueStacks emulator for free, and Raid Shadow Legends will be installed on it. And when you're trying to log in, all you do is you use your Plarium account information, you log in, and bang, it's pretty much that easy. Okay, so I've showed you guys the BlueStacks. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the pros and cons with the Plarium PC app. Now, the Plarium PC app is admittedly quite good. If you go and you download their launcher, Plarium Play, you can have their different games here, but the Raid Shadow Legends is the one we're going to be focusing on today. Right off the bat, it's going to launch in whatever your default is, but the cool thing about their PC app right off the bat is you can resize this in any way you really choose to. If you want to have it kind of half screen on one side so you can watch Netflix on the other, you can go over here and you can do that. That's pretty cool. Props to them because they did do a good job with their application. So you can full screen whatever you want. And if you look at the settings, you actually get some additional settings that you do not get from the BlueStacks emulator, because BlueStacks doesn't have the unlimited frame rates. It doesn't have the advanced options where you can turn on shadow quality and all that. Now, for the purposes of testing, we're going to be testing it with the exact same settings as we did with the BlueStacks emulator, to be fair, but I want to show you guys also how smooth it is. The other thing about the Plarium PC app is they do an amazing job with the graphics. If you do actually go up here and if we turn up, let's turn it to Ultra Unlimited. Okay, this is going to probably make my computer lag, but if we look real quick here, and we do a battle, I just run a quick Minotaur battle here, you guys can see, well, hopefully you can see here with the recording, how smooth this is. Now, I'm recording in 30 frames per second as we speak for this video, just due to some computer issues I'm having at the moment. Hopefully that will be fixed, by the way. I'm going to be building a new desktop here soon for the studio quality stuff to be improved. So, sorry, different topic. But you guys will notice that it's pretty smooth. Now, as far as the graphics go, I believe the graphics are slightly better on the Plarium PC. I think everyone kind of agrees with that. So essentially, the pros and cons with this, it's this. This is the breakdown for me. If you're looking for efficiency, or if you're looking for, being able to farm without being at your computer, things like that, BlueStacks is the way to go. However, if you're playing manually, you're sitting at your computer, and you want kind of just an enjoyable manual grind experience, maybe you're watching Netflix and you just kind of want to actually watch the game as it plays, and you're not just trying to, grind something out. You're actually wanting to, play the game as is intended. Play manually, maybe do arena or something like that. Then I'd probably recommend you the Plarium PC app through Plarium Play launcher. Strictly because the graphics settings alone are significantly better and it runs very smooth. And the other thing is, if you are attempting to move around a lot of the items, like let's say your artifacts, really work on your characters, the Plarium PC app does a good job in making the inventory not lag, whereas BlueStacks by default can be a little laggy in your items. So as far as BlueStacks goes, I would recommend using BlueStacks when you're doing like a long form grind. If you just got a brand new new character, for instance, like me with Paid Maw, and you want that character to get fully maxed out overnight while you're sleeping, use BlueStacks. But if you're wanting to look at your character, Paid Maw, and see exactly how cool that character looks, I think the Plarium PC app is probably the one for you. So that's going to wrap it up for this quick comparison video. The pros and cons, once again at the end: efficiency on the BlueStacks, enjoyability on the Plarium PC when you're playing manually. Me, myself, I tend to lean towards the BlueStacks emulator, mainly because I don't like to farm masteries, and I like to use the macro recorder. Plus, if you're a little smart, I think you can do a lot of things with that macro recorder, okay? The default button's Control-Shift-7 if you're having difficulty finding the macro button. Okay, guys, I love y'all. Thanks for watching this video. Once again, if you want BlueStacks, in the description, download the link through there. That's how you can find it. Okay, guys, love y'all. See you on the next video. Probably more free-to-play content coming up soon. Cheers.